that's my mom. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna disrespect her.
Right, but at the end of the day, I'm somebody's mother too. I'm two people's mother. I have a 16-year-old. She has to watch this. She sees those things on the internet. People talking about her mother. All right then. So like, let's not get into it.
The Atlanta skyline shimmered against the warm, humid night, setting the perfect scene for a drama-filled tale that had defined love and hip-hop Atlanta for over a decade. Lil Scrappy, the self-proclaimed Prince of the South, had been at the heart of the show. His complicated relationships with his baby mamas Erica Dixon, Bambi Benson, and Shakira Hardy fueling a constant whirlwind of love, betrayal, and all-out brawls. These women, once caught in the spotlight of his chaotic life, had endured public struggles that played out for millions to witness. Yet, by April 2025, each of them had evolved beyond the influence of Scrappy's world. Their lives were no longer defined by his drama. The headlines that once kept them in the news had faded, replaced by stories of resilience, personal growth, and quiet triumphs. But even though their individual stories had transformed, the echoes of their pasts still lingered in the neon glow of Atlanta's nightlife. Erica Dixon, Scrappy's first baby mama, had been a key figure in love and hip-hop Atlanta from the very beginning. Their relationship had been a roller coaster ride of passion and pain, and the entire world had watched as their tumultuous on-again, off-again romance played out. Erica, now 40, had been mother to their 19-year-old daughter, Emini. Their relationship had captivated fans since 2012, from their brief engagement to public arguments and a famous 2014 club brawl with Erica Pinkett, sparked by Scrappy's flirtations. It seemed like drama followed them wherever they went. In 2024, a podcast interview with Carlos King reignited hope among fans who longed to see Erica and Scrappy back together. In the podcast, Scrappy admitted that he had always loved Erica. And his words set off a frenzy on X, formerly Twitter, with fans begging for a happy ending between the two. But that dream quickly dissolved when Scrappy welcomed his fifth child with Shakira Hardy. Erica's response was swift, a viral TikTok where she nonchalantly said, "Am I supposed to care? Congrats, I guess." Her tone was dripping with indifference, signaling that the days of waiting for Scrappy to choose her were long gone. By 2025, Erica had distanced herself from the drama of reality television. She had channeled her energy into her businesses, including a clothing boutique and a hair extensions line. On Instagram, she shared moments of calm, posting photos from her yoga retreats, traveling to Miami, and enjoying brunch with her new partner. These peaceful glimpses into her life were a stark contrast to the past years, where critics had slammed her for allegedly bringing different men around Eminem. Now, Erica had become a woman who had outgrown Scrappy's chaos, and her posts reflected her growth. Her bio read mother, entrepreneur, unbothered, and her life was a perfect example of how she had moved on. Then there was Bambi Benson, Scrappy's ex-wife, who had gone through her own emotional roller coaster. Their marriage had been filled with highs and lows, including a lavish proposal, a heartbreaking miscarriage, and a near-fatal car crash in 2018 that briefly brought them back together. However, Scrappy's betrayal resurfaced in 2022 when text messages between him and his ex, Diamond, were exposed on the show, ending their marriage for good. By 2023, they were divorced, and Bambi was left to pick up the pieces. At 38, Bambi had transformed herself into an independent and thriving entrepreneur. She ran a successful boutique and even launched a children's book inspired by her three kids, Breland, Axio, and Callie. The book was released just after Scrappy's baby shower with Shakira, and fans couldn't help but notice the timing. The buzz on X was palpable, with one user tweeting, "Bambi's playing 4D chess, while Scrappy's stuck at checkers."
To dating anybody, I'm not.
I'm not.
He may be.
I'm trying to date
You
her.
never know with him.
I'm trying to date her, but you know what I'm saying? It just be, you know.
Would you ever give Scrappy another chance?
I don't know. We got a lot of, it's a process, I will say that. I already told him. We talked, we had several conversations.
We have to go through the neurological process.
The who?
Neurological.
Spell it.
What does that process look like?
With the brain and the heart, like most of the brain, but yeah.
I mean, you know the history. We've had a rocky past, and I've just told him I'm trusting, you know, my process. I'm not, you know, rushing anything. I've also told him, like, I love him. Nobody can ever, you know, change that.
Fans were quick to catch on to the subtle shade, but Bambi kept her focus on her businesses and her children. Though their co-parenting relationship was civil, it remained distant. Bambi's Instagram became a carefully curated reflection of her life, showcasing her business ventures, her children, and the occasional subtle flex. Gone were the messy days of love and hip-hop. Her glow-up was undeniable. Fans who once criticized her for being messy were now praising her for her grace and maturity. She had truly risen above the drama of her past. Shakira Hardy, the newest addition to Scrappy's complicated love life.
This is our house. So I didn't sleep there. I slept out. You could put you on the bed. Take it from there. Whatever. It was fun though.
Had a much more tumultuous entrance into the spotlight. A hairstylist who met Scrappy during the taping of Pick a Side. A speed dating show. Shakira's pregnancy quickly became one of the most talked about scandals in love and hip-hop Atlanta history. The situation became even more explosive when Nia Ray, a contestant from the show, spilled the beans on TikTok, alleging that a group encounter between Scrappy and Nia had resulted in Shakira becoming pregnant. The birth of their son, Kiri, Scrappy's fifth child, was overshadowed by drama when Scrappy's ex, Mad, demanded a DNA test live on a podcast. Presenting Scrappy with the kit, Shakira responded with fiery defiance, delivering a clapback that split fans. Some saw it as iconic, others viewed it as desperate. But by 2025, Shakira was no longer romantically involved with Scrappy, though they co-parented amicably. Her Instagram stories gave a glimpse into her life as a single mom balancing motherhood with running her salon. She frequently posted praise for Scrappy, acknowledging his involvement in their son's life. However, the internet couldn't decide whether she was an opportunist or an inspiring hustler. A post reading Shakira turned a messy night into a bag. Respect Her summed up her polarizing image. Her TikToks, raw and unfiltered, showcased late-night salon sessions and playful moments with Kiri. Despite the critics, Shakira remained unapologetic, and her defiance earned her a loyal following. Momma Dee, Scrappy's ever-present mother, had also remained a staple of the love and hip-hop franchise. Her plastic surgery, podcast rants, and her continuous meddling in her son's relationships kept her in the headlines. One of her most notorious moments came when she famously demanded a DNA test for Shakira's son, Kiri. which added more fuel to the fire and solidified her position as the puppet master behind the scenes. As for Scrappy, 2025 was a year of turmoil. Reports surfaced that he had been fired from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta after making threatening remarks during a cast trip to London. Though some fans were skeptical, as no official confirmation was provided, his career in music had slowed down. His focus seemed divided between co-parenting and avoiding the constant drama that surrounded his life. For the baby mamas, the exposure that once defined their lives, Erica's public fights, Bambi's heartbreaking divorce, and Shakira's scandalous pregnancy had shaped their public narratives. But by 2025, all three women had rewritten their stories. Erica, poised and unbothered, had become a successful businesswoman focused on her daughter's future. Bambi, polished and strategic, had blossomed into a mogul in her own right, while Shakira, bold and scrappy, had turned chaos into an opportunity. While the cameras no longer controlled their lives, their stories were still very much alive in the eyes of fans. Social media provided a window into their worlds, where Erica shared Imani's college milestones, Bambi showcased her entrepreneurial ventures, and Shakira leaned into her reality TV fame. X threads buzzed with speculation about their pasts and present lives. Erica's over it. Bambi's winning. Shakira's hustling, one user wrote, summarizing the new narratives of each woman. The drama was far from over, but now it was on their terms. Scrappy, however, was the one who seemed stuck. While the women of his past had moved forward, he remained embroiled in the mess of his own making. In the end, their journeys proved that the real victory in the chaotic world of love and hip-hop wasn't about staying in the spotlight, but about writing your own ending. They had all stepped out of Scrappy's shadow and had begun to carve their own paths. One bold step at a time, they had transformed from reality TV's most infamous exes into women who were writing their own stories of success and resilience.